Peace fam, it's the Pressure Cooker and I'm back with another video. So I never did my election reaction part 2 video, but this could kind of count as it, except for it's going to be focused on a very specific group of people. I want to talk about things I've observed in the Black conscious community, or the spiritual community. People have different names for it, during and after the election. Now, first of all, I'm going to start out by saying I'm just so disappointed because it's one thing I don't like is when people play in my face. Okay. And I also know that this type of commentary is not as common in the spiritual or conscious community, but I'm going to say what I got to say. I've always been like this. Okay. Even when I was, a super church head, I always say what's on my mind and I always keep it real. I'm not scared of nobody. That's ridiculous. Okay. Cause that's just tactics that people use, to control and subjugate you and to put fear in you. Nobody is above the higher powers. Like you could pump fear. It's touch not anointed. Child, listen. There's people with dark energy that got protection. So why would I be afraid of people that's claiming that they got all this power and stuff? That's just dumb. Anyway, moving right along to the topic at hand. Prior to the election, there were scores of people in the Black conscious community who claimed that they're not, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm not going to participate in the ritual. I'm biased. I don't choose either candidate. I don't care. I'm not a part of this. Da 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 da. I'm going to sit this one out. I always sit this one out. Okay. I've heard that so many times. Okay. And then there were other people. There were people who I really do respect because they were able to say, I'm voting for this candidate or I support this candidate, whether it was on one side or the other. Mostly it was people that were pro-Trump, but that's another story. But there were people that were pro-Democrat. But most of them were trying to, spit game, talking about I'm not a part of this. I don't vote. I don't participate in the ritual. Then when Trump got elected as the next president, people was coming out the woodworks. Okay, remember, they said they were unbiased and they didn't care. Talking about I'm so glad he won. My money, my money was the best it ever was under Trump's administration. Okay, peep the grift. Peep the motherfucking grift. Okay, my money was the best it was under Trump's administration. So I don't know what these people talking about. I've even heard somebody who I really respect and like, okay, came out here and said that and I'm paraphrasing, only low vibrational people would be against Trump, but they don't see what he's trying to do. First of all, y'all know, okay, coming from a heavy religious background, filled with manipulation and cult-like tactics, I get triggered with stuff like that because that's manipulation. First of all, you're trying to make it synonymous. You're trying to make people who are anti-Trump synonymous with numbnuts and people who don't see the bigger picture. The audacity, child. These people. So I took a huge step back, and you know what? Y'all already know I don't worship no human. I don't be no. There are people that I learn from, and I've always been the type of person, take what I need, keep it moving. There's not one person that I agree with 100%. Okay, so it's not like I'm shattered. It's just disappointing to see people who have these platforms and say one thing and then come out. Basically, just say you're a Trump supporter. Say it with your chest. You could say all the other stuff you say with your chest. Say it with your chest. I also saw a lot of misogyny. I saw people, men and women, it's not just the men, in the Black conscious community saying stuff about Kamala, not the things that matter, not the things about her track record that may, be leading people astray or leading people to not want to vote for her. They're saying stupid shit like, she's a man. She don't got the energy to be a president. She's a man. And I'm not talking about, in theory, a man. They think that she has male genitalia. Just dumb, foolish, idiotic shit. I just can't, okay? It's very similar to when young Pharaoh started going off on his, manic high rants, talking about some white people got tails and stuff. Nah. Trash. So I observed a lot of fool-la-la, and it really irritates my spirit. Because one thing I don't like is fake people. I don't like that. I don't like manipulative people. Say what you mean. At least if you come out here and be like, oh yeah, I'm a Trump supporter and this is why I'm a Trump supporter, I'm not going to like it, but I'm going to respect that you said it with your chest versus the people that are being manipulative and, talking out both sides of their mouth. And then when the outcome happens that they want, then they're hop, skipping, and jumping and high-fiving in the air. Nah, unsubscribe. Okay? The people that really stuck to their guns and said, I'm unbiased, I'm not participating in this, I don't think either candidate is worthy, or I just don't vote in general, and they stuck to that without getting into mudslinging on either side, I respect you. I still respect you. The people who chose, to sit that out for whatever reason, and again, remained unbiased, I still have respect for you. But you other people who are focused on money, because that's what it did, it exposed who you were. It's not to say you don't drop gems. It's not to say that I didn't learn nothing from you. But I'm glad you exposed yourself for who you are. Goodbye. So this is all I got to say. If you have noticed things like this, in the Black conscious community, I'd love to hear your thoughts because it's very irritating. Very, very irritating. I just people are people at the end of the day. It don't matter what kind of title they insert in front of their name. They can't be high priestess. They can't be this. They can't be that. Child, they people. Okay? Anyway, that's what I got to say. I'll see you on the next video.